My husband's girlfriend wants to stay with us permanently. I'm having second thoughts.
I would maybe have, second, third, maybe fourth thoughts, and I would discuss them.
Ooh, let's go to 12. Let's run it up. So, editor's note, metamor is someone who is dating one of your partners. So, my husband, male 33, and I, female 34, have been together for 12 years and married for 7. We also have a kid who is 2. By the way, this comes from Fluid Background 227. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit and send it in. So, my husband has been open about the fact that some of his previous relationships were polyamorous, and we have always been open to general ethic non-monogamy. For example, we used to go to spicy sleep parties together, and some other examples. Fast forward to 6 months ago, when a friend of his came to the end of her marriage and quite urgently needed somewhere to stay, so we took her in. That was all well and good at first, and they were very close, but so were the 3 of us. There were nights when we all slept in the same bed because she couldn't face sleeping in her own. There were also nights when my husband slept in the bed with her at my suggestion because, again, she couldn't handle sleeping alone, but I struggled to share a bed with the 3 of us just because of space. Wifey gave the okay. Mutually agree, mutual spicy spring.
There we go.
Now, however, the topic of poly did come up a bit further down the line as a genuine option, so they started spending every Friday night together, and honestly, I was genuinely happy about this. This started as a nominally friends with benefits thing, but naturally progressed into a relationship. I honestly don't think I have any issue with him seeing her, but the problem I am facing is that they want to live together as 3 forever. Get a bigger house and then do this permanently, and I can't tell you why, but I'm really uncomfortable about permanently sharing my space like this. On the other hand, my husband's mental health has always been really bad, but since his girlfriend, or friend with benefits.
Since my husband's girlfriend.
Yeah, there we go. Lived here, and there have been more of us around. It has been a lot better, so I really don't want to take this away from him. Really don't want to. So I have to find some ways towards happiness for myself in this. Even though I work from home and they both work out of the house, I never feel like I'm on my own anymore somehow, because wherever I look, there are reminders that it's the 3 of us now. So I just feel permanently not at ease in my own home, and I don't know how to get past that. Also, she really wants us to move houses so that way we can have somewhere bigger, but also so it doesn't feel like our house that she's living in, rather something that we have as equals. And I really don't want to transition to potentially having less time with my husband than I do right now.
Do I sense some miscommunication happening here?
Miscommunication of no communication. At the moment, he's in my bed 4 nights a week and in her bed for 2 nights. And then we share the bed 1 night, all 3 of us. We bought a bigger bed so that we could do this. It has to be said that I really like his friend with benefits a lot of the time, and one of my hopes is that if she and I work on our relationship and get closer, this will get easier for me.
Or it could never get easier because it's just something you foundationally don't want. You want a marriage, not a threerage, or whatever you call it. I don't know.
That's a great new term. Threerage. Take that, poly community, it's for you. But at the moment, I'm losing the home that I thought I would grow old in, and I am worried I am losing half of my husband. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm so worried right now. Because in relevant comments, Aimless Sad Person says, I can't tell you why, but I'm really uncomfortable about permanently sharing my space like this. Not that you need a reason for not having someone else to move into your home, but unless I'm reading things wrong, it kind of seems like they kind of assumed it had happened instead of asking you how you felt about a roommate. That is a great call out. This also doesn't seem like a good idea anyways. They've only been together for a short time, so not only would moving in not be sound, but she just got out of a marriage. Boom. If you're worried about your husband needing to split time between you two, that is a reality of having multiple relationships. Is that something you'd be okay with? Because this all just seemed to happen, and I'm wondering if you ever had the time to truly process and consider if this is right for you, to which OP responds, I'm under a lot of pressure to make this work for me. My husband has not ever been truly happy in a long while, and having both of us around has transformed his mental health. I've expressed my worry that just swapping around which of us is unhappy isn't progress, even acknowledging that I'm not as happy as he was. But long term, might I be? But there doesn't seem to be a middle ground he can consider. I'm hoping some support from poly friend therapist will help us to articulate the needs and find a workable middle ground here.
John, you've been dancing a lot.
I'm going to give you a live demonstration and you're going to see it too.
Show me those hips. Oh, damn. That is a good move. But you know what is Also, an amazing move.
What is that, Sam?
Becoming an OK Storytime member.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
And it's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Well, let's get back to the story. Aimless sad person replies again, your husband's happiness shouldn't be so dependent on everyone cohabitating, to be honest. Of course he's happy right now. Him lending a friend a helping hand out of their marriage ended up with him having a live-in girlfriend with his wife's permission. Say it for the
This
people in the
guy's
back.
walking around the house going, score all day long.
Yeah. Bro is on cloud 9 right now, and you're having to deal with the consequences. Not that he shouldn't rely on those close to him. I have mental issues myself, but it's not you or his friend with benefits' job to keep him well, especially when it's at the cost of your happiness. A good husband, partner, person would understand that, depressed or not. Also, neither of you should be playing the oppression Olympics. Not the most apt term, but you know. Don't think about who's less happy than the other. Your husband's mental health needs treatment, not another partner in a complex and unplanned living situation. At the end of the day, it's the home you share with your husband and your child.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah,
God.
that's complicated. Hi, Auntie. Why is Auntie and Daddy having special sleepy times? Yay! Oh, little Timmy, watch out.
How come none of my other aunties do that with my uncle or my dad?
I'm so okay. He's not going to know who's who or what's what.
You see, little Timmy, Daddy has some needs. At the end of the day, it's the home you share with your husband and your child. In my opinion, this should always be a 2 yeses and 1 no sort of situation. You have the right to choose who lives with you. Wandmerk says, unfortunately, it really seems like you're at an impasse here. Have you made it clear that you're not interested in this to your husband? Opie says, I have really tried, but he's very clear that this is absolutely what he has needed for a long time. Not just being poly, that's fine, but also all of us living together. I think I've at least got across my very strong reservations. Now we are going to try to put everything we have into how we can generally make this work. Seeing a poly-friendly therapist together as a 3 as well in various pairs, according to me and his friend with benefits, dude, they're going to be just swapping around. So funny.
Yeah, that's, again, not complex or hard to navigate whatsoever.
So expensive too. And doing the work to find a balance together and separate the bits of life that actually work for us. Wandmerk says, what about your needs though? Your needs. Opie says, I really want to learn to compromise. There are a lot of ways. I've gotten my own way over the years, and it's fair that I at least give this my best shot. Tora Ryder says, but why are you the only one compromising? Opie says, I don't know. I really need to find ways to stand my ground. Everything gets turned around on me when we start talking about it, so I think I may genuinely need the therapist there to help me communicate here. And to a deleted reply, she's been living here for 6 months already since before they got together. So we have a big, fat, juicy update, dude. But let's talk again. I feel like those relevant comments and OP's responses have made it even more abundantly clear that husband's getting 100% of what he wants, OP is getting 0, and that's it.
And OP is just like trying to figure out a way to be like, and I'm okay with this.
How do I force myself?
While really not being okay about it.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear. I know I've been in this kind of situation in a relationship, not in the context of poly, but like,
right.
Like, you know that there's something that you kind of want to say or should say, but you also have that innate knowledge that when you say it, things are going to change like forever.
Yes.
And might be over.
Yeah.
But it's like, you can either then like live a lie, which is harder than that.
Exactly.
Or you can just like, you know, be honest and move through the relationship in the truth, which is what you have to do when you're in poly.
Yeah. Cohabitating just got harder and harder, and I was getting less and less of my husband's love, attention, and even compassion. A friend then bought a house, and my husband was going to live there 2, then 3, then even 5 nights a week. Nothing I said was right anymore. I was the villain, apparently uncompassionate, selfish, a bad communicator, not seeing it from my husband's or the friend with benefits point of view. I was increasingly excluded in my own life. And unsurprisingly, about 6 weeks ago, my husband ended our marriage. Thank God it's over.
Yeah.
Thank God it's over, dude. Now, ostensibly for other reasons about our relationship, but it may surprise you not at all to learn that he is now moving in with the friend in the house she bought. I am now not on speaking terms with her at all after some increasingly manipulative behavior from both of them, but especially her. By the way, if you never want to be manipulated and you want a master guide on how to never be gaslit or have anything bad to you in terms of emotional manipulation happen, go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts, search OK Storytime, listen to the episodes. It's full episodes, ladies and gentlemen. But we have an update number 2. Any quick thoughts before we dive into that?
Shout out to OP's husband for low-key, like, doing the things she needed to do for her, because it's like, it's just not going to work
It's not gonna
if
work.
you're unhappy on a fundamental level like that with something like that.
Update number 2. So I posted here ages ago about my husband and his girlfriend essentially putting a lot of pressure on me to be poly. It's not enough for you to want it. You have to actually want it rather than in any way acknowledging that I didn't. It was bloody awful. I couldn't do it. It's not who I am. And no matter how I tried to say that, they weren't having it. In the end, my husband broke up with me ostensibly not because of me not wanting to be poly, but I mean, it was absolutely that. His girlfriend is hugely manipulative and had swung him from being deeply in love with me to completely not, and thinking I am a terrible person within the space of a year, a world record. I've got my faults. To be sure, but I didn't deserve any of this. I've been doing a lot of work on myself to identify and understand what happened to me and the way my husband abused and manipulated me. Part of me is also concerned that the girlfriend is also effectively doing the same thing to my ex, but that's his problem, not mine.
Yes.
There we go. Now we're getting there.
Not
Now
your
we're getting
monkey, not your circus.
There it is. So I've recently met the girlfriend's monogamous ex, and that has been eye-opening. It feels like she's got a playbook. She treats her ex badly, and it's similar to me and debatably to my ex. My ex has also been controlling over the years. I've been so much healthier out of the situation, and it's better for me.
Yes.
I'm heartbroken for losing what I thought was a happy marriage and for being so disillusioned about what I thought we had. This has really pulled the wool from my eyes. And it's awful being away from very small kids half the time. I'm hyper vigilant about their welfare and I'm so worried for them, but they seem to be okay. In short, I have to accept that some of you are happy and healthy and in good poly relationships. But if that's not your experience, if it's being used by your partner or their partner to have their cake and eat it, ooh, if you're not happy, listen to your gut, listen to your heart, listen to your friends, and get out. The sooner you escape, the less, I hope, you might get hurt. Yes.